Have you ever walked into your home and felt a heaviness you couldn't name? Maybe it's not loud or obvious. There's no mess, no chaos, nothing screaming for your attention, but something's off. A subtle tension lingers. You sit on your couch, but your shoulders stay tight. You move through the kitchen, but it feels like your energy is being pulled down, like the air is too still, too heavy. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone, and it's not just in your head. It might be in your home's energy. Feng Shui isn't some mystical theory reserved for temples or fancy architecture. It's a practical, time-tested way of understanding how the flow of energy in your space affects the way you think, feel, rest, and live. And whether you believe in energy or not, one thing is certain: your environment shapes your experience. Just like you wouldn't wear heavy winter boots in the middle of summer, your home might be dressed in ways that don't suit the life you're trying to live. Many people assume Feng Shui is about decorating. It's not. It's about alignment. And more importantly, it's about flow. A house can be clean but feel blocked. A room can be stylish but feel drained. The deeper truth is this: your home is either nourishing your energy or slowly draining it. In this video, we're going to look at the subtle mistakes that could be quietly sabotaging the energy in your space. These aren't extreme makeovers or superstitious rituals. They're real, visible, fixable patterns that influence how supported you feel inside your own home. Because you deserve more than a house that looks good. You deserve a home that actually feels like home. Ready to find out what's holding your energy back? Let's begin. Part 1. When energy hits a wall, the front door blockage. You might not give it much thought, but the first few steps you take into your home set the tone for everything that follows. Think about it. When you open your front door, are you welcomed by ease or resistance? Do you glide in with a sense of calm, or do you immediately have to step around shoes, dodge a pile of mail, or squeeze past a coat rack that feels just a little too close? These small moments matter more than we think, because in Feng Shui, the front door isn't just an entrance. It's the mouth of energy. It's how your home breathes in life, opportunity, and momentum. Now picture this. Energy, what Feng Shui calls Kai, wants to enter your home like a guest. But if the pathway is blocked, cramped, dark, or chaotic, it gets stuck. It doesn't flow in smoothly. It hesitates. It pulls back. And when energy doesn't come in clearly, neither do clarity, peace, or even prosperity. You may find yourself feeling tired for no reason. You may struggle with focus or experience a lingering sense of pressure, like you're always bracing, never fully exhaling. That's not coincidence. That's blocked entry energy, and it's something you can absolutely fix. Start by standing outside your front door as if you're a stranger arriving for the first time. What does it feel like? Is it inviting? Or is there tension before you even step inside? Are the lights warm and working? Is the mat clean or faded? Is the handle smooth or sticky with wear and dust? These details aren't superficial. They speak to how easily energy can reach you and how easily good things find their way into your life. If your entry is cluttered, dark, or awkward, it sends a message. Not now, not welcome, not safe. That energy doesn't just bounce off the door, it bounces off you. Next, walk through the threshold slowly. Notice what greets you. If you're immediately hit with clutter, shoes, coats, dog leashes, packages, it creates friction. Your nervous system picks up on that chaos even if your mind tries to ignore it. You may find yourself more irritable in the evenings, less rested, or oddly scattered. Why? Because your home's first impression is one of overload. Instead of exhaling, you brace. In practical terms, a blocked front door might look like a narrow entryway overloaded with furniture or storage bins. It might mean the space is dim, with harsh lighting or no light at all. It might be the shoes you meant to donate 2 years ago, still lined up like little reminders of unfinished tasks. Or maybe it's the unopened mail on the entry table, each envelope whispering a to-do you've postponed. It builds layer by layer. It weighs down the energy, and in time it weighs down you. So what can you do? Start small, but with intention. Clear everything you don't absolutely need at the door. Limit entryway surfaces to what supports you. A small bowl for keys, a soft rug that feels good underfoot, a hook for a single coat. If possible, use warm light bulbs to soften the tone. Consider placing a small plant or piece of art near the entrance that uplifts you the moment you walk in. Make that first step inside feel like an inhale, not a dodge. Another simple shift. Open your front door at least once a day, even if you don't leave the house. Let fresh air and light in. Physically open the space to possibility. In Feng Shui, energy doesn't knock, it flows where it's invited. And if your door is always closed, both literally and symbolically, that invitation gets lost. Remember, the goal isn't perfection or minimalism, it's clarity. Your front door should be clear in function, comforting in feel, and clean in energy. You shouldn't have to dodge your way into your life. You shouldn't have to apologize to yourself every time you come home. You deserve to be greeted by a space that says, "Welcome, you made it, rest here." This isn't about impressing guests or creating a magazine-worthy entryway. It's about claiming the first few seconds of every day and asking yourself, is this how I want to enter my life? When you step through your front door, are you stepping into alignment or resistance? The answer often begins with the details we've ignored. So if your days feel a little heavier than they used to, if your mood shifts the moment you get home, or if life just isn't flowing the way it once did, start at the start. Look at your front door, not just as wood and hinges, but as your first point of energetic contact with your home. Clear it, open it, light it, honor it. Because energy can't support you if it can't find a way in. Part 2, tidy but tense, the myth of a clean home. You've done everything right. The floors are spotless, counters wiped, laundry folded, the clutter is gone, or at least it's all hidden. And yet every time you sit down to relax, your body doesn't fully settle. Something still feels off. You may glance around the room and think, why doesn't this feel peaceful? That's the paradox so many people live in. A house that looks clean but feels tight, tense, draining. This is where we confront one of the most misleading myths in modern living, that cleanliness equals calm. In Feng Shui, cleanliness is just the beginning. It creates the canvas, but what you paint on it still matters. A clean home with no flow, no breathing space, no energetic intention can be just as stifling as a messy one. Because here's the truth. If your home is so packed, styled, or controlled that energy has nowhere to move, it doesn't matter how polished it is. It's still stuck. Let's talk about visual weight. You might have decluttered, but are your surfaces visually dense? Is every tabletop filled with decor, candles, photos, and trays? Are your walls lined from edge to edge with art and shelves and more shelves? Does every inch of the room feel spoken for? That's not flow. That's overcompensation. And it exhausts your eyes, your mind, and your nervous system. Now look at your furniture. Is it oversized for the room? Are there too many pieces crammed into one space just in case you need them? Do your chairs line the walls like soldiers waiting for permission to breathe? Minimalism isn't the goal here, but movement is. Your home should feel like it's exhaling with you. If it feels like it's holding its breath, so are you. Western lifestyles often reward productivity, presentation, and perfection. But the irony is, the more we try to make our homes picture perfect, the more we accidentally design anxiety into them. A room that looks great on Instagram may feel hollow or overstimulating in real life. It might photograph beautifully, but if your heart sinks every time you walk into it, what's the point? This isn't about throwing everything out or living with bare walls. It's about asking better questions. What spaces in your home are allowed to rest? Where can energy pause, reflect, and move gently again? Do you have a corner that's soft, open, and meant for nothing but being? If not, you're likely living in a space that prioritizes order over energy, and your body feels that every day. Here's an experiment. Walk into your most put-together room, and instead of admiring the order, try to feel it. Does the room let your shoulders drop? Does it invite you to sit without thinking about posture or purpose? Or does it make you want to fix something, touch something, shift something, or worse, leave? If your home feels like a performance, you'll never fully relax, you'll always be on. And the truth is, energy thrives in permission, not perfection. You don't need a showroom, you need a sanctuary. So how do we shift? Start by creating what I call quiet space. This isn't just an empty corner, it's an intentional pause. Choose one surface to leave mostly bare. Clear a single shelf and resist the urge to fill it. Let your eyes find a resting place. Then take it a step further, create a soft area with nothing practical in it. No desk, no treadmill, just a chair, a rug, or a pillow. Make it a place where energy can collect, not scatter, where you can sit, not scroll, where you can breathe, not perform. Another simple move, introduce softness, textures that don't demand attention, blankets that drape instead of fold, lighting that glows instead of glares. Let your space speak in whispers, not announcements. A quiet room can still hold deep presence, often more so than one filled with noise disguised as style. And finally, resist the urge to overstyle. That bowl of decorative balls, the third scented candle on the shelf. If it's not bringing you joy or meaning, it's noise. Give your home room to respond to you, not just impress guests. The myth of the clean house equals peace is deeply rooted in culture, in advertising, in the pressure to always be together. But real peace doesn't come from the absence of dust. It comes from the presence of balance. A house can sparkle and still suffocate. It's not about how much you clean, it's about how freely you breathe. Your home should not feel like a checklist, it should feel like a companion. One that understands your rhythms, responds to your silence, and leaves space for you to be unfinished. Because the most healing spaces aren't perfect, they're present. So the next time you catch yourself saying, "I've cleaned everything, why don't I feel better?" Don't blame yourself, blame the myth. Then gently let it go, one clear corner at a time. Part 3, the mirror effect, doubling the wrong things. Mirrors are seductive. They catch light, open up small spaces, and make rooms feel bigger, brighter, and more polished. But what if that beautiful mirror hanging in your hallway or bedroom is doing more than reflecting your decor? What if it's quietly amplifying the very energy that's been weighing you down? In Feng Shui, mirrors are not neutral. They are multipliers. They double whatever they see. And if they're pointed in the wrong direction, they don't just mirror the mess. They magnify the misalignment. Let's break this down. Imagine energy flowing into your home. It moves with intention. It touches everything. Then it meets a mirror. Whatever that mirror reflects, whether it's beauty or chaos, stillness or stress, gets sent right back out into the space. It's not just visual repetition, it's energetic reinforcement. This is why a mirror facing a peaceful garden can bring more serenity into a room. But a mirror reflecting a cluttered shelf, a bathroom, or a trash bin can quietly reinforce feelings of overwhelm or depletion, even if you're not consciously aware of it. Take a walk through your home and really look at what your mirrors are showing you. Is there a mirror directly facing your front door? This is one of the most common Feng Shui mistakes. While it might seem like a way to bounce light, it also bounces energy right back out. Good qi enters your home through the front door. If the first thing it sees is itself, it gets pushed away before it can even settle. Instead of inviting support, the mirror sends it packing. Now go to your bedroom. Do you have a mirror reflecting the bed? This is another subtle but powerful disruption. The bedroom is a space for rest, intimacy, and stillness, what Feng Shui calls yin energy. Mirrors, by contrast, carry yang energy. They're active, stimulating, reflective. A mirror facing the bed pulls in motion and distraction where you most need calm and grounding. You may find yourself struggling with sleep, experiencing vivid dreams, or simply feeling like you never fully shut off at night. The solution: remove the mirror, cover it at night, or relocate it to a place where it reflects peace, not your sleeping self. And then there are bathrooms. It might surprise you, but in Feng Shui, bathrooms are considered energy drains. They're associated with release, cleansing, and letting go, all necessary but not meant to be amplified. A mirror facing a toilet or sink doesn't just reflect a practical space. It mirrors energy being flushed away. That's not what you want spreading through your home. You want to contain that release, not broadcast it. But mirrors aren't the enemy. Used intentionally, they're one of the most powerful tools for inviting light, expanding energy, and celebrating beauty. The key is awareness. Ask yourself, what is this mirror doubling? If the answer is something you love, a soft window view, a favorite piece of art, a vase of fresh flowers, then you're in alignment. If it's something stressful, stagnant, or just unintentional, it might be time to reposition, remove, or replace. Placement is only one part of the story. Frame matters too. A sharp, cold, metallic frame can cut energy. A soft, round-edged, natural frame can hold it gently. Think about how a mirror feels before you even look into it. Is it welcoming, harsh? Does it pull you in or push you back? The best mirrors feel like a portal, not a wall. They invite expansion without stealing your sense of calm. And here's a question we rarely ask. How do you feel when you see yourself in your mirrors? Not just visually, but energetically. If every glance in the hallway makes you self-correct, tighten, or judge, then that mirror isn't just reflecting your image. It's reinforcing a relationship with yourself that may not be healing. Move it, shift it. Let your home be a place where you feel held, not watched. In Western homes, mirrors are often used decoratively to fill space, to add glamour, to bounce light. But rarely are they placed with emotional intention. That's the missing piece. When you place a mirror, you are deciding what to repeat, what to echo, what to grow, so choose wisely. If you're not sure where to start, here are a few grounding principles. Never place a mirror directly opposite the front door. It pushes energy out. Avoid mirrors that reflect beds, toilets, cluttered shelves, or storage areas. Use mirrors to reflect nature, sunlight, or spaces that feel light and open. Choose frames that soften the edges of energy, rounded, natural, or warm-toned. Place mirrors at eye level or slightly above so they lift your energy, not press it down. And finally, remember, you don't have to keep every mirror you own. If a mirror carries a memory, a weight, or a feeling you don't want to repeat, it's okay to let it go. Your home is not a gallery. It's a living space, and what you see, you feel. So before you hang that next mirror or walk past the one you've ignored for years, pause. Look at what it reflects. Feel what it echoes. Then ask yourself the real question: is this something I want more of in my life? Part 4, The Great Escape, when energy rushes out too fast. Have you ever felt like the good things in your life slip away too quickly? Maybe you've had moments of clarity, bursts of luck, sudden progress, and then it all just fades. You try harder, you organize, you plan, you stay positive, but the energy doesn't seem to stick. It enters, lifts you up for a while, and then it disappears again. If this pattern feels familiar, your home might be leaking energy faster than it can hold it. In Feng Shui, this is more than a metaphor. It's a real physical imbalance, and it often starts with how your space is laid out. One of the most overlooked Feng Shui mistakes is the front-to-back energy escape route. Picture this. You open your front door and immediately see the back door, or a large window, or a hallway that shoots straight through the house. From a design perspective, it might feel open and spacious. But energetically, it creates a current, a straight path for energy to rush in and exit just as quickly. This means that instead of qi flowing through your home and nourishing each space, it's being funneled out like water down a drain. In practice, this can feel like burnout, like constantly starting things without finishing them, like opportunities passing through your life instead of taking root. It can even affect your finances, relationships, or health. Energy needs to be invited in and gently encouraged to stay. But when your layout creates a wind tunnel effect, no amount of hard work can compensate for what your environment is silently undoing. To identify if this is happening in your home, walk in your front door and stop. What's directly in front of you? If you can clearly see a door, a staircase, a window, or even an open hallway that leads out of view, you may have an energy escape route. It doesn't have to be literal. Even a visual line from front to back can create this effect. The eye leads and energy follows, but don't worry, you don't need to rebuild your house. You just need to interrupt the flow gently. Feng Shui isn't about stopping energy. It's about guiding it. Think of a winding river. It nourishes everything along the way because it moves slowly, curving, expanding, giving time for growth. Your home should function the same way. You want to create soft pauses, not hard stops. Start by introducing elements that slow the line of sight. This could be as simple as a tall plant positioned along the path. Plants are powerful because they not only break up the visual corridor, but they also represent growth, life, and upward movement. A soft rug, a small console table, a light fixture hanging at eye level, these can all gently shift the flow of energy. If the back of your home is made up of large glass windows or sliding doors, consider adding sheer curtains. Not heavy blackout drapes, just enough fabric to create diffusion. You're not trying to block the light. You're inviting energy to linger. Mirrors, when used mindfully, can also help redirect energy sideways instead of letting it escape in a straight line. Another approach: create zones. Define areas of your space with intention. An entryway table with a lamp, a small chair by a window, a framed piece of art in a hallway. These cues tell energy. Pause here, breathe here, don't rush through. It's less about decoration and more about function. Energy, like people, responds to signals. Lighting plays a huge role here. A well-placed pendant or sconce along the energy path can draw the eye and the qi into a slower rhythm. Think of light as a conversation. Where it glows, energy listens. Where it's cold or absent, energy retreats. If your space feels like it rushes, chances are it's also poorly lit in key transitions. And then there's sound. Soft music, wind chimes, even the subtle hum of a calming water feature. These all create vibrational fields that tell energy to stay a while. Just like a cozy cafe encourages you to linger, your home can do the same. The more your senses feel supported, the more qi begins to circulate instead of scatter. Now let's talk about symbolism. A straight, unobstructed path from front to back sends a clear message. In one door, out the other. Think about what that could mean in your life. Relationships that start strong but fade. Money that comes in but doesn't stay. health improvements that don't last. This isn't magic, it's energetic rhythm. And when your home echoes too fast, too direct, too gone, your life may follow suit. But when you slow energy down with care and softness, you change the script. You create a home that says, come in, stay here, grow here. And in time, you'll feel the difference. Things won't just arrive, they'll settle. Progress won't just spike, it will sustain. You deserve a home that holds the good, not one that lets it slip away. So take a walk through your space with new eyes. Notice the lines, feel the flow. Interrupt the escape routes, not with force, but with grace. Energy is like a guest. It needs clear doors, but also cozy places to stay. And if you've been wondering why life feels fast but not full, why things enter but don't last, start here. The great escape might be happening right under your roof. Part 5, Unseen Tension, the back-turned layout. Some discomfort in a home is loud. A cold room, a flickering light, an unpleasant smell. But some of it is quiet, so quiet we don't notice it until we feel it in our bodies. The back-turned layout is one of those silent sources of stress. On paper, the room looks functional. On a blueprint, the space makes sense. But in real life, you never quite relax. You sit at your desk, but you keep glancing over your shoulder. You lie in bed, but your mind doesn't turn off. You cook, but you feel exposed. That tension, it often comes from one simple thing: your back is to the door. In Feng Shui, there's a concept called the command position. It means being able to see what's coming, having visual control over the main entrance to a space. This doesn't come from a place of fear or paranoia. It comes from an ancient understanding of safety and presence. When your back is to the door, your body stays alert. It doesn't matter if you live alone or in a peaceful suburb. Your nervous system doesn't know that. It only knows, I can't see what's behind me. And so, it doesn't let go. Think about your desk. If it's pushed up against a wall and your back faces the room's entrance, you're working in a vulnerable position. Every email, every call, every creative idea happens with a subtle undercurrent of defensiveness. You might not notice it right away, but over time, it adds up. You leave your workday feeling more drained, more irritable, less clear. The fix: turn the desk. Ideally, you should be able to see the door while working, not in your direct line of sight, but in your periphery. If space is tight, you can place a mirror beside your desk to reflect the entrance and symbolically reclaim awareness. Now look at your living room. Is the main seating facing away from the entrance? Are you turning your back to the door when you try to relax? If so, your body stays slightly on guard, even when you're off the clock. You might find yourself checking your phone, your watch, your surroundings, more often than you realize. The command position applies here too. Try shifting the seating so you can see the main entry from where you usually sit. This simple repositioning can create a profound sense of calm. And in the bedroom, the most important room for rest and restoration, the bed's placement is critical. If your feet face directly out the door, or if your headboard isn't supported by a solid wall, you may feel a subtle unease that affects your sleep. The goal is to place the bed diagonally from the door, where you can see the entrance but aren't aligned directly with it. Your head should be backed by a wall, not a window. If your layout doesn't allow that, use heavy drapes to symbolically close the window and reinforce support. There's also something deeply psychological at play here. Being in the command position isn't just about safety, it's about agency. It tells your brain, you are in control, you have space, you are supported. When you're turned away from the world, you're more reactive. When you're turned toward it with softness and strength, you become responsive. There's a difference. One drains you, the other grounds you. And the thing is, most people don't realize how much this matters until they shift it. until they move the chair, rotate the desk, or adjust the bed. Then almost immediately they notice it, the breath that goes deeper, the shoulders that drop the moment they sit and actually feel. Still, that's not coincidence, that's alignment. Sometimes people say, but it's just a chair, or that's the only way the room fits. And yes, some spaces are difficult, but in almost every home there's a way to work with what you have. Even small adjustments, adding a mirror, changing the lighting, placing a plant to create a soft barrier, can transform how you feel in a room. It's not about controlling the entire layout. It's about reclaiming presence where you can. This principle also applies to transitional spaces, hallways, kitchen islands, even bathroom vanities. If you find yourself constantly turning, twisting, or bracing in a spot you spend a lot of time in, ask yourself, can I see what's behind me? Can I face the space instead of turning away from it? These aren't just ergonomic questions, they're energetic ones. The back-turned layout reflects a broader life pattern. Being out of sync, being on edge, being disconnected from your own environment. But the good news is it's reversible. You don't need a new house, you just need new awareness. You just need to look behind you and ask what it would feel like to stop bracing and start belonging. Because the truth is, your home isn't just a backdrop, it's a mirror of how you move through the world. And when you turn your back on it, even unintentionally, part of you stays guarded. But when you face it fully, you create the space for trust, rest, and peace to settle in. So if you've been feeling tense for reasons you can't name, if the calm never fully lands, if your shoulders refuse to drop, even in your favorite chair, maybe it's time to turn around. Literally. Part 6, Dead Things, Silent Drains, What Decorative Items Are Really Doing. It's easy to forget that everything in your home speaks, not in words, but in energy. Every object you place, every item you keep, every decoration you walk past day after day, it all says something. And some of it, unfortunately, is saying stagnant, unfinished, or worse, lifeless. This is especially true when it comes to what we call decor: dried flowers, fake plants, forgotten art, outdated knickknacks. They don't scream for attention, but they quietly shape the emotional temperature of your space. And sometimes they drain it. We often decorate to fill space, to add beauty, or to project identity. But over time, the reason for keeping something fades. You no longer love that vase, but it matches the rug. You don't feel connected to that painting, but it's been there forever. You barely notice the faux greenery above the cabinet, but it's better than nothing. Here's the thing, in Feng Shui, better than nothing can be worse than nothing at all. Because these objects, when chosen without intention or left to linger without love, become energetic placeholders for the past. And the past is heavy. Let's talk about dried flowers. Yes, they can be artful. Yes, they can be trendy, but energetically, they're dead. They hold the memory of life, but not the presence of it. They send a subtle message to your subconscious. What was once alive is now decorative. It might not seem dramatic, but when your space is filled with symbols of decay, your energy mirrors it. You might find it harder to feel motivated, emotionally uplifted, or fully present in your own environment. It's like living in a beautiful memory that never moves forward. The same goes for faux plants. Not all are bad, but they're neutral at best. They don't breathe, they don't grow, they don't respond. And over time, they collect dust, both literally and energetically. A dusty fake plant in a forgotten corner isn't just ignored, it's holding space for stagnation. It becomes a magnet for low energy, sending out a signal that says, nothing changes here. Even artwork can quietly drain your energy if it doesn't align with who you are now. That abstract canvas you picked up on sale. If it feels cold, chaotic, or emotionally flat, it's not just decoration, it's emotional noise. That framed quote you no longer believe in, that photograph of a place you've outgrown. They may be holding you in a version of yourself you've already left behind. Feng Shui is not about minimalism. It's about consciousness, about treating your home as an ecosystem where everything either contributes to or depletes your well-being. That doesn't mean throwing out everything with a wrinkle or replacing every item with something perfect. It means asking one powerful question: is this piece alive? Alive in Feng Shui doesn't mean breathing, it means connected, responsive. Energized, it means the item adds to your life, not just fills your shelf. A single real plant that you water, tend, and enjoy will uplift your home far more than a dozen plastic ones that never change. A photo that makes you smile every time you see it carries more energy than the most expensive art piece you feel nothing toward. When something in your space reflects vitality, joy, or peace, it gives that energy back to you. If you're not sure where to start, take a slow walk through your home. Don't judge, just notice. What objects have you stopped seeing? What's collecting dust, physically or emotionally? What makes your stomach tighten slightly, even if you do know why? These are clues. Your body always knows. Pay attention to what it wants to move away from and what it leans toward. Then take action. Start with one shelf, one corner, one small area. Remove the things that no longer speak to your life today. Don't overthink it. Don't wait for the right time. The very act of clearing out stagnant items creates a vacuum, one that new energy, new ideas, and new joy can rush in to fill. This also means not being afraid of empty space. Empty doesn't mean unfinished. It means potential. A clear surface gives energy room to land. A blank wall invites inspiration. Don't rush to fill space just because it's there. Let it breathe, let it rest, let it whisper something new. And when you do bring new items into your home, bring them in with care. Choose objects that reflect your values, your current season of life, your aspirations. Let your home evolve with you, not trap you in who you used to be. This is how your environment becomes not just a reflection, but a partner in your growth. Some of the most powerful homes are not the most styled, they're the most aligned. They don't need to shout beauty, they radiate it. Not because every item is perfect, but because every item is intentional. And when you walk into a space like that, you feel it. You feel alive, supported, clear. So if you've been feeling drained at home, uninspired, unfocused, or just off, don't rush to redecorate. Start by asking, what here is dead? What here is still holding a story that no longer serves me? And what would it feel like to let that go? Because sometimes the most loving thing you can do for your home and for yourself is to say, this no longer belongs, and then gently release it. Part 7, dim corners, dull mood, the light that disappeared. There's a certain kind of sadness that doesn't announce itself. It settles quietly into the room like dust, gathering slowly in corners, thickening the air, softening the edges of your joy. You don't notice it at first. You just stop reading in that chair. You avoid that hallway. You feel heavy after dinner and can't explain why. Over time, you begin living around certain parts of your home, not because they're broken, but because they feel dim. That's not a coincidence. That's the energy of a home where light has been forgotten. In Feng Shui, light is life, it's movement, it's clarity. Where light flows, energy follows. Where light is absent, stagnation sets in. Think of light not just as a utility, but as a living force. It doesn't just let you see your home, it lets your home see you. It awakens corners, lifts moods, and invites presence. Without it, even the most beautifully designed space can feel emotionally flat. Take a moment and mentally walk through your home. Are there areas that feel cold or neglected? Maybe it's that stretch of hallway between rooms. Maybe it's a corner of the living room where no lamp has ever lived. Maybe it's your kitchen in the early morning, lit only by overhead fluorescence. These aren't just dark places. They're blind spots in your energy field. And over time, they shape the way you feel, not just about your home, but about your life inside it. This goes deeper than brightness. It's about quality. A harsh LED bulb that glares into your eyes doesn't heal anything. A tiny table lamp in the wrong spot doesn't shift the mood. What you want is light that supports you, soft, layered, responsive. Light that mimics nature, changing with time of day, reflecting warmth and allowing the eyes to rest. Start by identifying your dead zones. These are places that feel lifeless, not because they're messy or unused, but because they're underlit. Ask yourself, why don't I like being here? The answer is often because I don't feel seen here. Your environment mirrors your internal state. If you're avoiding a space, that space might be dimming something inside you. One powerful shift: add light with purpose. Place a floor lamp in that untouched corner. Add warm-toned under-cabinet lights in the kitchen. Replace that cool, sterile bulb above your bathroom mirror with something gentler. Consider using dimmers to let your lighting adjust with your energy. Think about how restaurants, spas, and hotels use light, not to illuminate, but to envelop. You deserve that same thoughtfulness in your own home. Natural light, of course, is ideal. Open the blinds, pull back the curtains. Let the sun mark the day inside your walls. Even 5 minutes of daylight in a dark room can shift its entire frequency. If privacy is a concern, consider sheer curtains that soften the outside world without shutting it out completely. You're not just inviting in sunlight, you're inviting in movement, temperature, life. And don't forget candles. Soft, flickering light is one of the oldest forms of comfort. A single candle can anchor an evening, warm a cold room, or soften the edges of grief. If open flame isn't practical, flameless options with warm flicker settings can still offer the same visual rhythm. This isn't about trend. It's about presence, about creating small, glowing moments that say, "You're safe here." Mirrors also play a beautiful role in amplifying light when placed intentionally. A mirror opposite a window can double the daylight. A mirror angled toward a soft lamp can stretch that glow into a darker corner. But always ask, what is the mirror also reflecting? If it catches clutter or chaos, it will amplify that too. Let it reflect light, life, and openness, nothing else. Now let's talk about overhead lighting, the default in most homes. While practical, it often casts hard shadows and leaves rooms feeling clinical. Overhead light can flatten a room's depth and drain its intimacy. Instead, aim for layered lighting, ambient general room light, task for reading or cooking, and accent for mood or art. Each one adds dimension. Each one gives the space, and you more emotional nuance. And then there's the symbolic layer. Darkness in a home isn't always visual. Sometimes it's emotional. A dim corner might hold memories you haven't unpacked. A burnt-out bulb might sit above a desk where dreams were postponed. When you replace that bulb or light up that shadow, you're not just decorating, you're reclaiming. You're reminding yourself, I deserve to see and be seen fully. It's worth noting, some people resist light. Not intentionally, but because they've grown used to living in half-light, physically or emotionally. There's a kind of safety in the shadows, a false comfort in staying unseen. But healing requires exposure, and exposure begins with illumination. You don't need to flood your home with brightness. You just need to guide the light gently into the spaces you've ignored. Because when your home glows, you glow. When the corners are warm, your thinking softens. When your kitchen is lit like a morning hug, your coffee tastes better. When your hallway invites you instead of rushing you, you walk with ease. These aren't just design tricks. They're daily lifelines. So if you've been feeling low, unmotivated, or emotionally flat, look at the light. Not just the wattage, but the way it's being used. Ask yourself, where am I still living in the dim? Then change one bulb, open one curtain, light one candle. Let the light in, not just into your room, but into your life. Final, your home is a conversation. You don't need to remember every Feng Shui principle. You don't need to follow every rule. You just need to listen to your space, to your body, to that quiet voice inside that knows when something feels off. What we've explored in this video isn't about decoration. It's about restoration. It's about the invisible relationship between your environment and your energy. And when that relationship is off balance, you feel it, not just in your home, but in your mood, your sleep, your clarity, your peace. Let's take a breath and bring it all into focus. If your front door is blocked, energy hesitates before it can even greet you. If your home is tidy but tense, your body never fully exhales. If your mirrors reflect chaos or clutter, they amplify exactly what you're trying to escape. If energy flows in and rushes out too quickly, nothing good stays long enough to nourish you. If your furniture turns its back to the world, your nervous system stays guarded. If your decor is lifeless or outdated, your space holds onto who you were, not who you are. And if the light in your home has faded, so too might your sense of aliveness. None of this makes you wrong. It just means you've been surviving, making it work, doing your best. But now you know more. You know that your home isn't just a container for your life. It's a collaborator. It holds, reflects, and shapes every experience you have inside it. And you get to shape it in return. So don't start with a renovation. Start with a light bulb, a plant, a pillow moved to face the door. Start with one corner, one mirror, one shift. Because energy responds to intention, and the smallest realignment can ripple through everything. You don't need a perfect house. You just need a home that knows how to hold you, softly, completely, and without condition. And now, maybe for the first time in a long time, you're ready to let it.